Hi guys, my name is Sabir, and in this video we will learn what is tense and what is aspect. Tense is the form of verb which tells us about the location of an event or an action in time. It tells when an action takes place in a specific or particular period of time or at a specific or particular point of time. Unlike other languages, English has just two tenses, present and past. For example, they play tennis. They played tennis. Now we will discuss next point. Tense time same. Are tense and time same? We can be confused while we use tenses. Because when we say that tense tells us about the location of an event or an action in time, we can think that we have to use present tense for present events or actions and past tense for past events or actions. But here I have two examples for you. The bus leaves in 10 minutes. They hit out at protesters. So here, simple present tense in first sentence telling us about an action or an event which is going to take place in future. While the next suppose is the headline of a newspaper, then it is telling us about an action or an event which has taken place in past. Why we do not refer to future tense in English, or why English language has no future tense? Tense basically is the form of verb which tells us about the location of an event or an action. It is the conjugation or inflection of the verb. In simple words, it is the change in the form of verb. But in future tense, or to express future in English language, we use will, shall plus first form of verb or present continuous tense. So, because we don't have any kind of inflection or conjugation or change in the form of verb, so that's why we do not refer to future tense in English language. For example, Karen will walk to club tonight. Here you can see there is no any kind of inflection or change in the form of verb. Now we are expressing future by using present continuous tense. Karen is going to walk to club tonight. Now we will jump to aspect. What is aspect? Where tense tells us when an action takes place, aspect tells how an action occurs. It is the speaker's view or perceptual interpretation of the speaker. Aspect tells how speaker views an action or event. For example, if I ask you the question, where do you live? You can answer me, I live in London, or you can answer me, I am living in London. So that's your perception. The first sentence, I live in London, telling me that you are permanently residing in London. But the next sentence telling me the situation is the temporary one. Now I have another example for you. You fell in love on your 19th birthday. You have fallen in love. You are falling in love. The first sentence expressing an event which has taken place in past on your 19th birthday. The next sentence, you have fallen in love, telling us that the event is the recent one and it is also relating the past to the present. The next one, you are falling in love, telling us that you are falling in love and the event or an action is in progress. But the question is that how many aspects are there in English language? Between 2 or 4 aspects, I would like to say there are 3 aspects: simple, progressive continuous, and perfect. Simple aspect, in fact, not an aspect, because it does not modify the verb in terms of meaning, but just in terms of its form. So this unmodified verb is enough to express the view of the speaker. It shows the general truths. My eyes are brown. the sun sets in the west, the sun rises in the east. The instantaneous, the player hits the ball. The habitual, I wake up early in the morning. Now we move on to progressive or continuous aspect. Continuous aspect shows us unfinishedness, progressiveness, and temporariness. So here we can use it to show the actions, or it tells us about the actions which occurs at the moment of speaking. You are watching video, I'm making video. Around a certain time, when you joined them, I was watching a film. Simultaneously, action occurs. When you get home, I'll be making coffee. Now we move on to our next aspect, which is perfect. Perfect aspect talk about states, actions, and habits. State: you have loved Emma since your childhood. Action: I will have gone to gym by the time you get home. Habits: I have started play in every morning for the 1 year. By combining last two aspects, progressive and perfect, we can make a perfect continuous aspect. Perfect continuous aspect actually relates two times. It can relate past to the present and in some way future to the present. For example, I have been going to university for 3 years. So here, past is relating itself to the present. If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and press the bell icon. Bye-bye.